Okay. So then we go to Jonathan Hardy, to be followed by Paul Diego Holzer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's been a long day. Believe it or not, it's my birthday, and I still stayed here all day. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
But some issues are really worth, foregoing a birthday party. I've had 42. This is my 43rd. I think some things are a little bit more important. I'm opposed to these Common Core standards, therefore I support HB 5078. I apologize for not having a written testimony because I didn't anticipate that I was going to be here. But all day I started hearing people's testimony, and I started thinking about my education in this city because I grew up 10 blocks away. And then I started thinking about my son's education. And at the time, I was also, for 1 year, I taught in Hartford. And looking at the difference, I keep seeing us jumping from standard, designed out of state, to another standard, designed out of state, to another standard. Why are we going to keep repeating the same thing that doesn't work? I mean, maybe it's time to start looking at the talent that we have locally. My kid's in Glastonbury, and it's by no due effect to Hartford. It's a difference in the way they do things, and he's succeeding very well. He was at risk in Hartford. Now he's a B student, an athlete, and he's really doing very well. I've been hearing a lot, especially recently, about standards, and it kind of reminded me of a funny comedy sketch I just saw recently on TV. Guy goes to a dating website, and it's called Great Expectations. And his date didn't think he was too hot. Next date didn't think he was too hot. So he goes, shows him another dating website. It's called Lowered Expectations. Why are we going to do the same thing to our children? If these standards are not working, why do we want to give them lowered expectations? You've heard a lot of testimony today about the beauty of Common Core. That's only because you've heard a lot of the top-heavy people that are pushing it that aren't the boots on the ground. My friends that I worked with when I taught in Hartford are afraid to talk about this because they fear retaliation from various organizations that they have to belong to. The other one, I wasn't going to bring this up, someone else did earlier about the standards about not teaching cursive handwriting and doing typing and everything like that. I have 2 6-year-old twin nephews I take care of quite a bit. My sister's a single mother. I wanted to take them and my son to Washington, D.C. because I truly love what makes this country great. Not teaching them cursive? Do we want kids looking at the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, written in English, but because it's in cursive, have them thinking it's hieroglyphics in a foreign language? This is absolutely crazy. I'll wrap it up. With the track record we have of implementing so many failed standards, I would just really like to think that in the example of my son and the issues that he had in Hartford, instead of reaching to so many standards outside of the state, why not go 10 miles to the southwest and see what's doing so good in Glastonbury, which, by the way, spends a lot less per child on average for their education than we did here in Hartford. And I'm reminded of the parable of the patient that tells his doc, it hurts when I do this. Doctor says, well, don't do this. We've heard some kids that corrected superintendents of schools today about algebraic equations and numeric equations. It hurts when you do that. Don't do it. Let's take a look and maybe think of some better, tighter standards instead of so many loose standards we're hearing about with Common Core, and keep it at the local level.
Thank you for that eloquent testimony on your birthday.
Thank you.
No greater gift hath the man given than his whole day to wait to give testimony on something for his birthday. Are there questions from members of the committee? If not, I say thank you and go enjoy your birthday. You can still have a party.